Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady and our story for today. A tale of food, friends, shoes, and confused ladies. Hope you like it and subscribe for future videos. This happened a few minutes ago. LTL, FTP, actually not on mobile, but please excuse any formatting or spelling errors anyway. To start off, let's introduce the cast of characters. Me, you can figure this one out. Lady, the first confused lady. BL, boss lady, this is lady's boss. Pertinent information, I attend a large university that has multiple dining courts spread across campus. Normally I eat at GFF, gluten-free friendly dining court, because I cannot eat gluten and GFF does a good job of not killing me. There's a second dining court close to my dorm that we'll call CDC, confused dining court. I do not go to CDC often because there isn't as much gluten-free food there. So today I woke up at 11 a.m. I'd stayed up late watching movies and playing games with the other people on my floor. I was hungry, tired, and just wanted some food. Normally I would go to GFF because I know I can eat their food, but a group of my friends were going to CDC and I didn't feel like eating alone, so I tagged along. We walked in, swiped our meal cards, and I started looking around for a staff member to ask about gluten-free food. Eventually, one of the staff members went to grab some gluten-free bread for me. I found a space to stand where I wouldn't be in the way, pulled out my phone, and waited. The dining courts have a policy that you have to wear shoes. No one wants our nasty feet out by the food, and I, being a rule follower, was wearing shoes. Unfortunately, they were not conventional shoes. They were sock shoes, durable socks that have a rubberized sole. They look almost exactly like socks because the whole thing is black and the rubber isn't very visible. So there I was, waiting for bread, phone out, sock shoes on. I felt a tap on my elbow, looked up, and saw lady. Did you come to the dining court without shoes? No, these are shoes. This type of exchange isn't unusual. People commonly mistake my sock shoes for just socks and get curious, but it usually ends with them being impressed and me going along my merry way. Not today. They look like socks. Well, they're shoes. They're rubberized on the bottom. I lifted up my foot to show the texture difference. Follow me, I have to ask my boss. So I followed. Food safety is important, and I knew that I was compliant with the rules, so I would explain the magic that is sock shoes to lady's boss and be back in time to grab my bread and go eat with my friends. Well, life decided to be mean today. Lady and I showed up at BL's office. Lady explained the perceived problem with my footwear, and now it was my time to shine. These are shoes, sock shoes. They have rubberized soles. I'm afraid I can't let you wear those. We have China, and if something broke, I wouldn't want you to step on anything and get hurt. I understand, but these are rubberized, like a spray-on bed liner for trucks. I can and have stepped on sharp things with no issues. Boss lady's now concerned about the top. I'll have to see the soles, but the top, if you drop something sharp or spilled something hot, I wouldn't want you to be injured. Most people wear tennis shoes with non-slip soles. I contemplated pulling out the knife I always carry to cut the top of my shoe to demonstrate that they don't cut, demonstrate how non-slip they are, showing the rubber on the bottom. Sharp stuff doesn't get through them, and while I understand about hot liquids, how are these any different than normal shoes and socks? If I dropped soup on normal shoes, they'd soak through it, I'd have to take them off, and my sock too to avoid being burned, just like I'd have to take off these to avoid being burned in that situation. The boss lady was not backing down. Still, I'm going to have to ask you to leave and change shoes. Me. I like unconventional footwear. Can you please clarify how shoey the shoes I have to wear are so I can avoid things like this in the future? Normal tennis shoes. Ladies can't wear flats. No one can wear flip-flops, even though both are considered shoes. Me. Royally confused now, because this is a college campus. Everyone wears flip-flops. I've seen so many people wearing them in the dining courts, but too hungry and too tired to argue. Cool. So I turned towards the lady. I was waiting for the dining hall supervisor, sorry, don't know her name yet, to grab me some gluten-free bread. Would you mind letting her know where I've gone? I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So I exited the office, went back to my dorm, put on my running shoes, and wandered back. I wasn't very happy. I had followed the posted rules to a T and yet had been singled out for non-compliance despite others not following the explained rules either. Also, I paid a lot for my meal plan and I was not about to use 2 meal swipes for 1 meal. I paid my way, and I'm sure shooting going to get my food. So I wandered back to BL's office to check that my running shoes were compliant, and I asked to get in without a second swipe. Me, overly polite to everyone, almost to a fault. Hi, I'm back. Can I get in without swiping again? I switched shoes. Boss lady, of course. I thought you worked here, which is why your shoes were a problem. Me, so I can wear my sock shoes? Boss lady, as long as you prove they're shoes, like find somewhere where it says they're shoes, that'll be fine. Okay, here's the website for my shoes. They're kind of a mix of the best of both worlds, but it does say they're shoes. So she scrolled through the website. Well, it does say they're shoes, so you're good to wear them next time. Me, great, thanks. So she let me into the dining court, and as I walked away, I heard her telling the lady who swipes the meal cards that my sock shoes were allowed, despite looking like socks, to let me in if I show back up. Victory! Unfortunately, all of the trouble of going to CDC was for naught, because in the time it took me to sort out my shoes, my friends had eaten and skedaddled. I was wearing gray cargo pants and a light blue hoodie. The staff at CDC wear either black or gray polo shirts or burnt orange t-shirts. Why BL thought I worked there is beyond me. The upside is that I'm now officially cleared to wear unconventional footwear at CDC. Hope you enjoyed my tale. It did end up longer than I expected. Sorry, friends. TLDR, confused lady thinks I work in dining court, takes issue with my unconventional footwear despite logic and demonstrations of their equality. Politeness ensues, and I'm now cleared to wear unconventional footwear. Racist, because I do not work here. So, first off, I admit I'm autistic, on a phone, and emotional about what I'm attempting to write about. I meet my family at a restaurant I love going to. I'm wearing black dress pants, black shoes, and a black polo shirt. I was dressed like this because I'm in college choir, and that was the expectation. The restaurant was rather busy, and I'm on good terms with some of the staff, so I chose to grab a towel from the outside customer side counter after greeting my family and wipe down the table we chose to sit at. My friend/acquaintance standing on the service side of the counter sees me, and we talk for a short moment, and I hand her the towel so she can toss it in the bucket. I start heading back to my family when it happens. CL is confused lady, F is friend, M is manager, mom is mama bear, me is me. CL, excuse me. I didn't realize she was talking to me. I don't know her, and I was focused on what I was going to be eating and getting to see my family. Excuse me. I'm still thinking about food, but due to the louder voice, I did take more notice. Excuse me! She slammed her hand on the table and pulled out a phone angrily and walked in front of me. Hi, I'm wondering why you're ignoring me. So she held her phone in my face and talked really fast about how I ignored her, talked to coworkers instead of doing my job, and how I wouldn't help her. Then she pointed to my family. Notice the white customers that arrived after me have been helped by her. She tells me to look at her table and puts a camera on it. She asks angrily, did you wipe down the white family's table after they came in? Okay, I'm having an anxiety attack at this point, unable to speak. I'm crying because I'm overstimulated. Yes, I wiped it down, but I got cut off. So you admit you were taking care of that table while ignoring me because of the color of my skin. What? I don't... Cut off again. I'll be sending this video to your owners tomorrow. You chose the wrong person to do this to. I'm crying at this point because I'm so freaked out. I don't want to be in her film, and I try and hide my face. Oh, now you're trying to hide. Now that I'm making you take accountability, I want your name now. Okay, so luckily my friend saw what was going on and walked over with the manager. CL goes off with the video camera in his face about how he needs to fire me for my clear racial discrimination, how she was going to send the video up the chain asking my name, and getting more upset when the manager, who is trying to find his own response, stays quiet for a moment too long. She screams louder that she wants my name and other angry stuff. So the manager's in his 30s and more soft-spoken. He let her talk for what felt like forever. My mom comes up at this point. Hey, you coming back? Crazy lady goes off about how entitled my mom was and that other people, even if they're black, deserve the same customer service. My mom understands what was going on right away. With the all-black outfit I was wearing, I looked like I worked there. With my need to try and help out by wiping my table, I acted like I worked there. That's how she explained it to me later. My mom looks at the upset lady in the eyes, starts breathing deeply, eventually, magically getting the lady to start to copy her, helping her calm down while the manager started off with the apology of being so busy. She's still filming, but not yelling anymore at this point. My mom then said this, "Excuse me, this is my daughter. I understand that she is dressed similarly to the employees here, but I promise you she's not employed here. I'm sorry you've had a bad experience, but I'm going to be taking my daughter back to our table now." CL: If she doesn't work here, why was she wiping tables down and talking with her coworkers? This is where my friend, acquaintance, finally cuts in. She's a regular and helps out by wiping her own table or bussing some of her dishes from time to time. I told her it was fine as long as she didn't go on the service side of the counter. So the crazy lady was clearly embarrassed at this point. She finally put her camera down. My mom wishes her well over her explaining how I should not give the impression of working there. Mom pulls me back to our table with the lady still talking. She ended up leaving after the manager and her finished talking, and my friend said he gave her a free dessert to go. I ended up getting free dessert that night as well. I really hope she doesn't post that video anywhere. I've been looking online daily since it happened, and it's really kicked up my anxiety. My mom and I concluded that when you're harassed by society every day because of who you are, it starts to break you inside. I get bullied a lot myself when my autism shows, and I can try to hide that and get away with hiding it often. She didn't hate me. She hates the way she's been treated by others. I just wish it could have gone better. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.